touch with him. Like, if you can't get in touch with me in the morning, get in touch with him. You know what I mean? Because that's the last person I'm with. Because I won't have no choice but to come out because of who it is. It's like you just don't be knowing what's going on. Like, and anybody, yo, why you tell your girl that? I said, listen, I don't know how you act with a pump in your face, man. Like, I don't. Like, I don't know how I would act. I can't even tell you how I would act with a pump in my face. I'm like, yo, dude, where you at? Like, I don't know. I never had that, especially a sawed off joint. That joint in your face. I'm like, look, I don't know how you act with a pump in your face, man. You go like, no. Yeah. It just don't. Yeah, I was just look. And where I was at, I had to come out for the people. So it was like I gotta come out. You know what I mean? Big red shit. All was ours. Yeah. So you figure you look what you got, and don't think you making it through the night. You better call me between the office hours. From sun up to sundown. Dusk. I'll say dusk. No, I'm talking about really ran out of gas in the car. Yeah, I'm talking about my homies. Okay. Yeah, no. I'm not talking about you. Yeah. Oh yeah, the phone go off. You just call me. You ain't getting that joint ain't even working right now. Yeah. You talking real gas. I'm talking about real gas. I ain't talking about gas. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, yo, my home hit me. It was. I'm like, listen. I woke her up and everything. We wasn't even living together. We was young. We wasn't even living together yet. I said, look, something going on. Get in touch with him. I said, cause that's who I was with. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I was. Look, I don't know how anybody like to pump their face, man. Especially, they know I ain't gonna be able to touch him. But I know who know him. I know how I can get with him. I know how I can get to him through this thing. I'm cool. But like I said, I had no choice but to still come out. Like one bull got killed up my way. He got killed 3 in the morning. Basketball shorts on and flip flops, no shirt. What are you doing? I said, that's not the way they killed me. They said, nah, I don't know the way you killed. I said, listen, who can get you out at 3 in the morning with basketball shorts on, no shirt? Like, how many people can really get you out 3, 4 in the morning with basketball shorts on and flip flops on? No, it was at his crib though. Yeah, it was at his crib though, right out back at his crib. Who can get you out in that type of time? I'm like, I'm on the phone with my homie. I'm like, you one of the only people. He was in my way. I'm like, you one of the only people that can get me out at that time. You know, like I'm looking at the phone. Like, I hit that nigga in the morning. like, no, like that's like 90% of your people in your phone. Man, I see what's going on in the morning with him. Yeah. If you up, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, get to it. Cool puffs. Yeah, that joint's nice. Yeah. I'm looking at it like, man, look, I'll call it in the morning, man. It's 4 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, man. 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then it ended up coming out. It was, what happened was the bull who killed me, he was trying to kill his cousin because he said his cousin was ratting. And he was like, man, look. And so they set it up to kill his cousin. And everybody was like, yo, how he gonna kill him? So he can't, because he couldn't get to him. The one he was the one he wanted to kill? No, he was trying, all right, you killed me because I was trying to kill Doug, your cousin. And I shot Doug up. I got him shot up, and I shot him up, but he survived. And he got hit up in his back like crazy. Took off, though. And he survived. So you is the one that got me out the crib. But like I tell him, like, yo, that ain't cool, there's rules, like he a snitch, he a rat. I said, man, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta understand, Doug and Duke was in the tub together. They the same age. You know what I'm saying? Like their moms put them in they first cousins. They was in the tub together. That's a different world. Like you can't put that with that. You know what I mean? You can't put that always with the streets. Like everybody got that, can't block out everything and just say, okay, he was wrong. Whatever happened to him happened to him. Now I do think that you should have came to me and been like, Doug can't come around.
Something changed.
Come around, but nothing gonna happen.
That's different rules.
Right.
That's now. Now ain't no rules.
Right. Now ain't no rules. Ain't no rules.
Get you up out of here.
Right. But you should have been able to say, he just ain't gonna come around.
Welcome, Sports Talk Live for the culture. What's up, fellas?
Yeah. What's happening? What's going on?
How's it going, Doug? The good-looking guy is back.
Hey, man, I'm good. Always good.
Duke, how you doing, man?
It's wonderful.
Jonathan, I see you 49er geared down.
Hey, I'm here, man.
2 years ago, you have all that on.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
I see more Niner stuff.
They wasn't selling it around here. Keeps that red in, huh? Keeps that red on.
I ain't see this much Niner stuff in a long time.
Hey, man, I'm going to have some more next week.
Yeah, you look like a Kappa coming down the steps. I didn't know what was going on. Like, whatever, you had pledged on the weekend or something? I don't know.
Hey, just keep wearing it. That's all.
Yeah, you know, you just, hey,
Don't
Niner
throw it
Nation.
away. Oh, no.
Niner Nation in the building.
We here.
How we do.
We here.
Well, let's jump into the NFL. A lot going on in the NFL. We at the mid-season mark, and we want to talk about the Raiders and the Steelers. I want to jump off with them because those two teams right now have made some improvements. And you have to look at the coaching job done by Gruden and Mike Tomlin. I mean, we were a little suspect of Gruden and what was going on in there, but they're 5-4 right now. Just beat the Chargers on Thursday night. Thursday night football. They come away with the W and 5-4 and legitimately in the playoff hunt. In the AFC. AFC is not as strong as the NFC. And the Steelers been through a lot of turmoil. Third string quarterback, second string quarterback. But Mike Tomlinson has them at, 500. Just beat the Colts and moving forward. What does this say? It's all about the organization and the coach. Some organizations are going to find a way, but really the Raiders, who have been lost for years. Is Gruden gaining some footing there with the Raiders?
I think he is. I see the energy that they play with.
Yeah.
The kind of the passion that they play with. I see him interacting with the fans after the game, and you just see them fighting every week. They're not blowing teams out. They're fighting. You know what I mean? They got a lot of young guys, and we criticize him a lot. A lot of people have criticized him, and
I was one.
So you have to turn around and say, hey man, he's doing a pretty good job this year, to say the least. He got Carr looking like, he looked a few years ago. Back to his where he was a few years ago before he got injured, and yeah, I mean the Raiders they pretty impressive. They are no longer homecoming. I think so.
Look, let's go back. You get rid of probably the best player on the defensive side of the ball. Not only the defensive side of the ball, but arguably one of the best players in football, right? Khalil Mack.
Yep.
Amari Cooper. He goes. And the nutcase. Antonio Brown. He
Steeler
comes.
Nation, that little box.
Yeah, he comes and he decides that he doesn't want to be available. So what are we all thinking once we see all that madness go down? What are we all thinking?
Circus.
4-12.
Yeah.
4-12, 3-13. Let's be real. I was one of them. So now we look. This is not going to happen. The 3-13 and 4-12 is not going to happen. Realistically, it's looking like it's more like 8-8. But we are talking playoffs, like about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're in the hunt.
So let's give props where it's due.
Yeah.
Right? They were not supposed to be in any talk of anything around this time of the year, and they are. So something is there. I mean, it only goes forward from here because they look like they're buying into whatever's happening. So you only have to be one or two pieces away for making some real noise.
Yeah.
And I was looking at maybe for them, big time receiver.
Yeah, they need a receiver.
Yeah.
D tackle. And last I checked, they do spend money via free agency or draft. I think that they are looking good moving forward.
So they had 2 number ones next year.
Right. So
The way Trubisky's going, that could be a high pick.
Yeah.
So definitely they're moving. And the Steelers, a lot of turmoil. AB left, injuries, Big Ben goes down, and the Steelers are in the hunt. Mike Tomlinson has his team right. There was a lot of talk earlier. Will he be on the team? Are the Steelers going to move away from him? But, the culture, as we always say, Sports Talk Live for the culture. The culture is what the culture is, and the culture is fostered over generations of good management and with a game plan. And it looks like the Steelers, they're legit. That with all that situations going down, you could see, them going off. And Duke, you say you're not going to be 4-12 or 3-13. Y'all just don't do that.
It's not in our DNA. We don't the words tanking. Let's lose this year on purpose, or whatever we want to call it. We just don't do it. It's like next man up.
Yeah.
Then you get to find out about the one thing I like about how we operate is you whatever you draft, we use.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't say they haven't had an opportunity plan for us. Wherever you've been drafted, 6th round, doesn't matter. If somebody's not doing what they're supposed to be doing out on the field, you'll quickly find out that 6th round pick as a rookie, he's going to get slid in over that veteran.
Yeah.
If the veteran's getting toasted, that's one of the positives. It's always an opportunity for you to play in Pittsburgh. And I just know, and I think people that are in tune to football, they know like what the Steelers are about. But kudos to us. You start 0-3. You don't have your starting quarterback. You don't have a reliable receiver. You're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Last I checked, you were 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
It was really looking bad.
Yep.
You 4-4 now. Got a chance to go 5-4 after tomorrow, and you're still in the mix.
Still in the mix. So hey, listen, it was never about the offensive side of the ball for us. It was always about defense, and I'm seeing takeaways, I'm seeing fumbles, I'm seeing all that. And if you score on defense, that's less you got to score on offense. Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting to see. You got to give kudos where they belong, definitely, to coaching jobs and guys have caught a lot of heat. Tomlin and Gruden.
You're going to catch it now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the coach and the quarterback, like we said, they're going to catch all the heat.
Well, you look at the Steelers, and to me, the biggest stat of this for the Steelers is 3 for 50 plus.
Okay.
3 coaches in 50 plus years of football.
Yeah.
They've had 3 coaches.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of turnover. They understand each other. And one thing historically when they like Big Ben went down this year, they lost their quarterback. Historically, when they lose a quarterback, they typically do rally this way. They get a guy in there. They go back to kind of old Steeler, run the football, play defense. Type football. And you really can't count them out. It's like we look at the Browns and say, the Browns are the Browns.
Oh, we're gonna get to them, yeah.
But the Steelers, it's like you say, you expect a level of this team isn't gonna quit. They're not gonna give up. They're gonna fight. And I think early on when they lost Big Ben, it took them to have to find an identity.
Yeah.
And I think they realized that identity is on the other side of the ball. Those young guys they drafted, which made them more athletic. The
Fitzpatrick trade.
The Fitzpatrick trade. And then you realize, hey, man, let's run the football, shorten the game, keep our defense fresh, let them run around. Our quarterback, he's not an all-pro. He can make a couple throws, and we can get out here with a win. And that's what they've been doing. And I think it was addition by subtraction. You got the loudest person in the room out of the room, so now that the people, the adults can be in charge.
And,
right.
And figure out a winning game plan.
Right.
And move forward. Definitely. The Niners' big game in Seattle, Monday Night Football. San Francisco's undefeated, looking good, playing well in a tough division.
These games right here not built for everybody.
Yeah, we thought
everybody
San Fran
can't get in these things.
Doug was on San Fran early, singing their praises, and we're midway through the season and are undefeated. Sports Talk Live for the culture, and we all felt the Niners had the potential to really come out that West and do some work. Looking forward, and they're definitely doing that. And the other thing out the West I want to say is, right now, midway through, I got Russell Wilson as MVP.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
Argue.
I know Jonathan doesn't really care for him.
He's balling. You got to give it where it's due.
Okay. Okay, man.
He's involved. He's surprising.
He's a handoff away from having 2 Super Bowl championships.
You're saying that now till that thing get put on you on Monday. You're going to change that tune.
He's surprising me,
Yeah, I think I'm curious to see if the Arizona game, because the 49ers defense was running around all year long, Arizona may have exposed some chinks in the armor, or at least found some holes that can be exploited. And I'm curious to see if Seattle, Russell Wilson, because they have a quarterback that can mimic some of the things that Kyler Murray can do and do them a lot better. I'm curious to see if, they follow that blueprint, or was it really just San Francisco looking ahead to Monday Night Football kind of, because they got out on Arizona got out on them, and they came back, and then they took control of the game. Yeah. So did they relax once they took control of the game? Because we got Seattle next week. Let's dial it down. Looking, next week's gonna be this. Did they start talking about the outfit with uniforms we're gonna wear on Monday Night Football and all that type of stuff? Or, did Arizona really find something? That was there to be found, and that's what I'm curious to see, because I don't think Seattle's defense can stop San Francisco's offense.
This is not the Legion of Boom.
Right. So it's going to come down to that front four. Yeah. And big loss for the 49ers, especially coming into this week when Seattle wants to run the ball. They lost their middle linebacker to a torn pec. So that's going to hurt. I don't know who the backup linebacker is, but we'll see.
Not Mr. Wagner.
No, San Francisco. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Monday night. It should be definitely be a doozy and a goodie. And two things I want to jump in: the Browns and the Chargers. We thought the Browns were going to be Nate, who's on a hiatus. He was toting the Browns. He drunk the Kool-Aid all the way through. He drunk the Flavor Aid, 100, and but I wasn't sold on
sugar water.
I wasn't sold. And the Chargers. And the Chargers are who we thought the Chargers are always going to be. The Chargers are always who we thought they were going to be. Phillip Rivers, I seen a stat where they had Phillip Rivers as the greatest quarterback never to reach the Super Bowl. I'm like, no. Frank Tarkin didn't. Frank Tarkin did make the Super Bowl, but never to win one. But I don't know. I got a Randall. Other quarterbacks.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon was 2. But everything that the Chargers have, and they still, throughout the years, have underachieved. That's just classic Chargers. And I think they're in a tight situation because even now they're committed to being in Los Angeles. I don't see them having a fan base. Even that was a bad move. They're going to share the stadium with the Rams.
Yeah, LA is oversaturated.
What do you guys think about Baker? He's still not grown up. Mayfield, and one of the things that we've always said, you got to be a grown man first if you're going to be a franchise quarterback. Right. Has he been set up to fail with a position coach that's never been a head coach ever before, and bringing a mercurial wide receiver? There's no adults, anybody that can take over that locker room, and he's trying to win, or he's just not that good. You got to have a stretch of games in the NFL before you prove yourself and move forward. What do you think about the Browns and the Chargers?
Look, this has been going on for years, all right? It's a known fact that if you are a quarterback smart coach, you in better hands because of development.
Yep, it's all about development, yep.
So, who are these guys that are drafting these young quarterbacks, and we already crowning them already.
Yep.
When they're in college, whether they won Heisman Trophy, whether they threw for all these yards, that's college. It's not the pros.
Yep.
The minute that you come over on this side, if you do not have a quarterback coach in place to try to assist you in developing you and being a quarterback in the pros, you might look crazy. And it's shown that some of these quarterbacks that had success, they've done well in bringing these guys in. If they had, in the past, if they have been quarterbacks or quarterback coaches. We know the names out there who, the Andy Reeds. He does well with quarterback coaches. With players, with quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. Frank Wright, like these guys are out there. A lot of these guys coming out. Top 5, they quarterbacks, they go into organizations where just because you're a coach, are you really supportive? Do you really know about the quarterback position? So that's that you got to put that out there.
It was like Kobe Bryant's father said. It wasn't about being the number one pick in the draft. It's about going to a tremendous organization.
Yeah,
going to the Lakers.
Listen, we give these guys, we crown these guys and give them everything, but what support do they got? I'm not looking for you to come in and win the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody else is, but you better be looking like that you're capable of doing that.
Well, you're going to be going because you look at Sam Darnold, who struggled, and you look at the classic example is Goff and Fisher. Goff was looking like a first-round bust, going the direction of Vince Young under Fisher.
Case in point.
And they said, "No, we got to get you out of here."
So I think that's big, right? So you had what happened with Goff. Everybody saw what happened with Goff. He was struggling under Fisher. You get McVay in there. 2 years in a row, they turn the corner. They make it to the Super Bowl. He looks great. And
Penn State, to the 10.
He looks great. And now everybody is trying to mimic that. That's what they do in the league.
Yep.
So you go get these guys. Okay, McVay, he didn't have any head coaching experience, and he worked out.
And interesting thing about McVay and Shanahan, all were in Washington.
Yeah,
under Gruden's brother.
But right, so he worked out. So now these owners, they go out and get all these other guys, these unproven, supposedly offensive guru, quarterback whisperer guys, and they just don't work. That's how Gruden got the job, right? He was one of those guys.
Yep.
This guy Nagy.
Yeah.
Right? No, not Nagy. Who's the guy in New York Jets?
New York Jets, Gase.
Gase. This guy Gase.
Yep.
These guys didn't have, like Andy Reid. He came in. He was one of the ones that was able to make the transition and do it as a head coach and continue to work with the quarterbacks and develop the quarterbacks. But everybody can't do it. That's not a. But they continue to put these guys, like you said, Baker. Maybe Freddie Kitchens was more. He had more of a chance to succeed with Baker. With Hugh Jackson as the head coach, and he can spend all his time with Baker. Now as the head coach, he's spread all over the organization, and Baker's left out there, not getting as much attention as a second-year quarterback would need.
Right.
Yeah. And everybody looked at him like, hey, he's confident, he's this, he can make all the throws, he's got these weapons, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes and help him.
The dynamics are not set up
stuff,
for the quarterback to.
So. I think
to develop,
and I think that's what's going on with those guys, and like in certain situations, like I don't think Deshaun Watson has a great quarterback coach, but I think his talent, when the play breaks down, he's able to move and get away and do some things that everybody can't do. And I just think that it's not always about your draft status or like you said, sometimes it's about you get lucky, you get a Deshaun Watson, right? Sometimes. You're smart. You get an Andy Reid who knows what he wants and what he needs to, and I can mold this guy. And then sometimes you get a Lamar Jackson falls into your hand if you're Baltimore, and you get an offensive coordinator that's, hey man, I can think outside the box.
Yeah, that's the same.
Work with this guy.
That was Roman. It was the same coordinator that was with Cap in San Francisco, the 49ers.
But that's the difference between a good organization. We're gonna go get a guy that has worked with a similar guy.
Yeah.
And succeeded to come be with this guy. We're not just gonna put a known guy and have these two guys in the meeting room bickering back and forth because they just can't get on the same page.
And that was interesting thing. The whole philosophy behind the Lamar Jackson draft was, look, you can wait around and try to find the next Elway, Marino, Manning, but how long are they gonna come around? Let's find somebody, a grown kid, a good kid that we can work with and develop something around him. He said, well, I'm not sold on any offensive philosophy or anything. I'm just about winning football games. And we're gonna tweak this to work with him and develop him. And that's kind of where they've gone from. And it's been interesting to see that work out for Lamar Jackson and moving forward. It'll be interesting to see how they develop, off that running game and off the passing part of it. But all those quarterbacks, all those young guys that are in the league now, the ones guys have been successful, they seem to be out of the limelight. They don't seem to be on Twitter. They don't seem to be all buying into that. They just go ahead and just go about their business and be the face of an organization. and that's how you have to be if you're going to be successful in the NFL at that position.
And I think the kid Darnold could be good. I just don't think he gets enough attention.
Right.
His quarterback's coach / offensive coordinator, / the guy that's supposed to be with him in the infancy of his career, is overseeing the entire team.
Yeah.
He can't give that guy the attention that he needs to give him.
Yeah.
And then he may not know how to manage that like a guy like Andy Reid wouldn't know how to manage it, who's been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah, and if you look at the Eagles with Wentz, that first couple years, you had all those quarterbacks on the roster that could work with him,
Right.
And they'd be able to give him attention and develop him. And that's been key. And so you look at people develop and come up, and that's the interesting point in NFL because everybody talks about it. But it's an interesting thing with the Browns because the Browns are 2-6, and we're going to see what's going to happen from that. Can they dig themselves out and be viable?
And I believe they have a pretty favorable schedule.
Yeah,
so
it all started with the Broncos. They thought they would win their Broncos game. And
it all started with their first game of the season. That didn't. If you want to break it down, like who was Tennessee? Like who is Tennessee for them to come to your field and blow your doors off?
And they said Mariota was taking reps at wide receiver.
I mean, is it time?
That's what the word was, but you hear everything on the interwebs, the internet. But there was talk. I didn't get a chance to verify it. By the way, Penn State is going down to Minnesota interception.
All I saw was the stands rocking. Just few
offensive pass interference. They didn't show it
Minnesota.
on TV. I don't know if it was legit. They put them behind the chains and they couldn't score. And the Badgers are undefeated. It's all about how you have to play. And Golden Gophers.
I got a cousin out in Minnesota.
Okay.
Roy Artis.
Okay.
Minnesota Gopher legend.
Oh.
He's now working for the Vikings.
Wow.
So if that's a trip y'all looking into, that is definitely a September trip.
Oh, definitely September. Yeah, get out there before the weather gets cold.
You better get out there before it's over.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely moving it and doing it. But let me jump in. Speaking of Vikings Cowboys, what do you guys think about that game this weekend? It's another game this weekend.
It's one to see. I'll tell you that.
It's a big game for me. I want to see how they measure up. I'm glad they had a meaty part of the schedule where the teams are, pretty viable. I want to see what the Cowboys can do when they're matched up against a team, of a similar ilk, a team that's fighting for the playoffs just like they are, a team that can, do some things. They have some weapons on offense. They have some weapons on defense, some good players. And
you got Zimmer coming back.
You got a former coach coming back into the house. You got, there's some players over there. This is a challenge, and I want to see them step up to the challenge on both sides of the ball, not just one side or the other. Both sides of the ball, and see some good football.
It's for me, I'm looking at Dallas. First of all, Dallas is a great football team. Why? Because of 21 back there. He looks like he's getting in his groove, and he's asking for the ball. So he's one of those guys. If it's time to lean on him, everybody's in trouble moving forward. Yeah. It's just about it's about their will, imposing their will on the other teams. He's Mr. Automatic. I call him when you start running on people at 3rd and 3, and they know it's coming. It does something to the defense, right? And it reminds me of the old Emmett days. So just think about that. You can say what you want about Dak, but there's a guy in the backfield who where the ball's coming. They're handing it off, and he's getting it anyway. So when did you stop that?
Yeah.
Did you tell yourself as a defense, okay, we're going to just give him these 3 yards on 3rd and 3 because that's what it's looking like, and you lull them to sleep when they get down to the goal line. You think where it's going because this guy is capable of getting 3 or 4 yards anytime, right? So guess what? We're going to play action at the goal line.
Guys wide open.
Wide open. So nobody can stop that. Nobody in the league can stop that. Yeah. So I got to go with Dallas. But it's a test Cousins is coming in slinging. He doesn't know how to do anything else.
Yeah.
They got a running back. If he gets loose, he does what he does. So I'm looking for ground control. Dallas with the long drives, keeping Minnesota off the field, and Dallas getting up out of there.
Yeah, they kept they took the chains, cut chains back off of him, like you said.
Oh,
they allowed him to throw the rock now.
Yeah,
beginning they was like, they was baiting him,
it's not good for the defense because your DBs better be ready.
Yeah, so they allowing their quarterback to throw the ball. But I actually like Dak, man. I think Dak is bigger for the team, as big as the team as Zeke. A lot of people think everything starts and stops with Zeke, but if Dak goes down, that they're not going nowhere with that backup.
Well, I agree with both. They're
not going
You're
nowhere
not going to lose both of them and decide that you're
know.
going into the playoff making noise.
One thing about the Cowboys, man, they have shown to be very undisciplined. And these, in the first half of the season. So unless when you start playing these better teams,
they'll kill you.
You can't have 10 penalties for 100 yards.
Nah,
you
not
can't
at
have
all.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, late hits, and all those type of things. So, you're going to have the few hustle penalties, the occasional bad call, but when you compound that with, just dumb
moron
plays,
calls, right,
and then pre-snap penalties and things like that, you're not going to be able to overcome 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 17 on good teams. It's not going to happen. And that's losing football. So they need to, Garrett wasn't happy from what I read, and that was like his big a point of emphasis this week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Can they clean that up and play a cleaner game, and just stop. You got to get 120 yards to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Right.
Can they stop that?
Yeah, definitely.
Should be a good one. Is that a 4:00 game?
Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. I'm off on Monday, so I'll be locked and loaded. I don't have to worry about it all. But I want to jump into hoops, basketball. Talking about basketball here, and the season has started off. Little hoops there. We're talking about the association. And one of the key things I want to discuss has been the key word that's been going on right now. We're talking about this thing called load management. And it's been out there, it's been talked about, it's been discussed, it's been a hot topic. Everybody's talking about load management. Kind of came to a head when Kawhi did not play against Giannis, the Greek Freak, on Wednesday night because they had a Thursday night back-to-back.
Man.
What do you guys take on load management? Go ahead. What do you got?
So I saw something funny the other day about load management. They was like, now think about it. Allen Iverson did a whole press conference because they said he didn't practice.
Yeah.
But he didn't miss no games.
And gave 100%.
But he didn't practice. And now you got guys that just don't play in the game.
Yeah.
They have no problem sitting in a suit on the bench during the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Allen Iverson got killed for that. Now, to me, it makes no sense because you got a coach. If he wants to restrict your minutes, load management, you don't have to play 40 minutes that night. He can pull you out. He can pull you out the game.
Yeah.
That last time I checked and put somebody else in, so we got a back-to-back tonight. Well, you know what? On the back-to-back nights, you only going to play 20 minutes, 25 minutes versus you sitting out the entire game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, that's it's asinine. Like, these guys are professional athletes. They get paid to play. They work all off season to get their body in shape. So play them. Yeah. And if you got a back-to-back, have some restraint, coach, and say, hey, at the 5-minute mark instead of the 7-minute mark of the first quarter, Kawhi's coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You restrict his minutes. You restrict his minutes. And I mean, the NBA is gonna have to do something about this, man, because I think when you buy
coming.
a ticket and you show up to the game and the star doesn't play, you look at the schedule. And I don't know where that game was at.
It was at Milwaukee.
So if I live in Milwaukee, they're only gonna be
that's
the one trip, right? I live in Milwaukee. Oh, Kawhi's coming to see Giannis. I'm buying a ticket,
right?
And then Kawhi doesn't play.
Yeah.
Not because he's injured. I know I take a risk. He might be injured.
Right.
But load management, come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Listen, it's a quick fix for me. I think it's going to come down to the CBA. All the stuff is going to give them the power. And when I say that, I'm saying, okay, you got a problem with load management, all right? So, what is your problem with it, right? What is your problem? Because you're not hurt. You are just trying to protect yourself from later. Like, who does that? Does that?
You got guys load managing. Like, I could see, not to cut you off, Duke, but I could see LeBron James being load managed
17 years
when he went to nine.
Right.
What is it? 9 straight finals or
Right.
something like
Right.
that,
and played in the Olympics.
and Olympics. He did it. So I can see him the next year saying, you know what? It's January. It's December. It's November.
Right.
I'm gonna take some.
Let me
I'm gonna take some back-to-backs
Right.
off.
Right.
But these guys that get eliminated in the first round,
Right.
the second round, that don't make the playoffs.
Listen.
Well,
load
here's the
management.
thing.
Are you kidding me?
Here's the thing. It can be a quick fix, and like I said before, they play 82 games. All right. What are you doing in practice? Are you playing in practice? Are y'all going hard in practice? Right. Which, if you going so hard in practice and you going hard in the games, and all off season you've been going hard, something's gonna happen. All right. So what do you do? Right? What do you do? Are you even resting? I think the formula for being great is putting your body through things that probably is hurting you long term. Like these kids now are, how old are they now? Like coming in playing a lot of games. What are they, starting at 13? They don't stop playing basketball. So they keep on playing and keep on. By the time you're 18 from 13 and your knees are bad, like that means that probably you need to like sit down somewhere. It's too much going on. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing that was overrated, and that's for all, because what era that we're from, it was no pain, no gain, stuff like. You don't have to stay in the gym for 4 or 5 hours. Your body needs rest somewhere around it. Now, you wait until you get in the pros, where you 22, 23, 24, 25, and you talking about rest. Who rests at 25 years old?
And you got guaranteed money.
Yeah, and you got guaranteed money. So if you want to fix it quick, the 82 games, cut it to 70. Everybody go hard. There go your minutes. Cut down. But what the CBA is going to talk about is, okay, we cut these 82 games. We need to cut a little bit of this money.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do.
And I'm in favor of the CBA then. If I cut your games, then we got to cut salary. So that can be fixed quick.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you talk about now it's going to cut the people short as far as the NBA is concerned. How about you just extend the teams in the playoffs? How many teams make the playoffs now?
It's already 16.
It's already 16. So how about you go, if you want to go to 70 games? How about extending it to 20 teams? If you so concerned about missing those 12 games now,
I just feel like, man, I remember if you watch Michael Jordan, any one of his documentaries or whatever, he speaks on how when they played the Pistons and they couldn't beat them, that physically he couldn't beat them. Physically he was spent. And that's when he started lifting weights and taking care of his body, so that when that 7-game series came, he can overcome it. He know his body is going to be ready for it. Yeah. And the last time I checked, he didn't miss any games during the season either. You know what I'm saying? So this is, to me, this is no different than any of our jobs. Guys find a way to get over. You know what I'm saying? They find a way to get over,
Take the
get
easy way out.
paid for doing nothing, and they gonna do it.
Yeah. But the money is astronomical.
Let's just I wanted to touch that, the Iverson thing first from you. Iverson wasn't saying he didn't go to practice. He just said, "Why are we talking about practice?"
Yeah, I understand. But
That's what he meant.
But we know what he meant.
Right.
He got killed as if he don't practice.
He didn't go to practice, right? But this load management thing is terrible. Like, you know, my homie from my job, Moyo Ortiz, shout out to Moyo Ortiz. He said Kobe never had no load management. Yeah. You know, and the thing about it is, or Mike, you know,
guys wanted to play.
Yeah, he said, and
if you didn't play, you were hurt.
Yeah, to me, I can see
for real.
I can see the load management. You know, I don't want to be, you know, totally against it. I can see it at the end of the season. I can't see it 5 games in.
Right.
And we talking about load management.
You didn't even play.
You know,
we not even 15 games in.
So
Somebody's protecting you.
We cannot even talk about this. Like when Andy Reid used to sit the Eagles players out, you know, that was a problem at the end. You know, he would sit Westbrook out, you know, for a little bit, you know.
But
for
I
the
can
last
understand
game.
that if you got everything wrapped up,
right,
and you getting ready for the playoffs.
I can understand that. Right, but 4 games in, we talking about load management, like you only played
and the thing about it
4
too,
games.
Look, when you buying that ticket, right, to that game, if you buy a ticket for a game in week 16 and 17, you buy that ticket knowing, man, if they got it clinched, such and such might not play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You buy a ticket for the beginning of the season, you ain't thinking that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if the NBA want to fix it, they just need to eliminate back-to-backs.
And now
they already took out the 4 game and 5 nights thing. They took that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if they want to fix this, don't take away the games, eliminate the back-to-backs. It'll be no excuse. Yeah. And I guarantee you'll still have guys doing load management.
Yeah, you will. Because now they even talking about load managing Zion, like a rookie. How you load manage a rookie?
He's a little different. He's a little different.
I can see,
coming off,
I can
whatever he's coming off.
You load managing right now while he's coming off of an injury.
But this guys that had the summer off, was getting ready. They starting the season 100% healthy. You talking load management. That something's not right.
It doesn't make sense.
Nah.
It's an interesting thing.
It makes you think. Like it makes me think. Like, wait a second.
Well, they say
is this guy really hurt.
Well, people say that.
Like, is this something sore?
People say it's a push or reaction to the fans. Ring counting. It's all about championships, not about the pursuit. So you only going to judge me on what I do in the postseason if I can win the championship. Well, I'm going to take 8 games off to make sure I'm ready to do that. You know, that's the way Jalen Rose had talked about it on his show, saying it's a pushback to that mentality that, okay, you're gonna say, oh, I didn't have nothing to do, or like James Harden. James Harden does nothing in the postseason, but James Harden don't loan manage. Like James Harden don't miss games.
He runs out of gas, but you understand why.
Yeah, you know, he gives it all every week. So you can't have it both ways. So for me, I just understand you play 82 games. You need to win to get the best record that you can. It seems like you would have your best players out there to play when you are available to play. Your availability, is your best ability, and we'll go see how that turns out. Last year, Kawhi was coming off an injury, so you understood it. This year, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Quick jump to
one more thing about the load management.
Yeah,
this is one thing, and this is how you know the load management is bogus.
Yeah.
Watch when we get to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And teams are jockeying for playoff spots.
Yeah.
It's 11 teams in the Western Conference within a game of each other, and each night, you know what I'm saying, the standings can change.
Right?
Yeah. I bet you nobody's sitting out then. I bet you there ain't no load management going on then. When we need every game we need to make the playoffs, I guarantee you there won't be any load management. So how is it that you could play back to back to back at the end of the year after 70 plus games?
Yeah. And this is the thing.
Come on, man.
How do you load manage?
That's how you know it's bogus.
How do you sit out a game when 2 people that you feel as though that's going to be running for the MVP in the top 5 for the MVP? How do you sit out that game? You're not sitting
personally.
You're not sitting on a game that you know you're going to win.
If I'm ready to go, I'm playing against the best player who I'm playing.
Without Paul George, you sit out. Y'all can lose this game to Giannis. You know, like it's not like it's a beatable game. It's a game. Okay, we just gonna sit out. You know, we playing a team that we just gonna walk through.
Right.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of bogus. And like you said, if you want to say, you know, science and the body, and you need this much rest, and that speaks to the schedule.
Right.
The scheduling. You know what I'm saying? Not to. You shouldn't just be sitting out games. That speaks to the scheduling. They need to deal with that, like you said, in the CBA or whatever like that.
Right.
Because if you want to say, hey, we trying to put our best product on the floor during our most crucial times without these guys being tired or gassed, then okay, then we need to make adjustments to the schedule and not, just have guys arbitrarily sitting out for no reason.
Yeah, you have the thing that, like if you're gonna be on Wednesday night ESPN or Tuesday and Thursday is TNT. Well, if you want him versus that, then you have to schedule that out. The next game is Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They give him a travel day. Like,
And
you can work that out.
At the very minimum, just lie.
Yeah.
He sprained his ankle in practice.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Load management. Come on.
And the thing about it is, and that's the whole thing. And we'll get into the collegiate thing. When Temple is playing basketball and they're in their athletes and got to study. Got to go play a couple games in the Midwest in the middle of the week. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Temple got to play SMU because they're in that. They got to go down to Dallas and play and come back. So it's interesting to see. But I want to jump in on LeBron. LeBron, a couple triple doubles in a row. Bron.
King James.
He's reacting, the washed king. But he said, I'm not washed yet. 17 years in, 30 point, 10, 15 triple doubles. The Lakers are 7-1. Push early, only 10 games, 10% sample. What do you guys think? Is LeBron has something to prove? Is his antennas up? Seems like he's pushing. He's not load managing right now. What do you guys think about Kang?
I think he has something to prove. I think he heard everything that was said when he was sitting out last year, and he couldn't play, and everybody, this guy passed LeBron now, and so did this guy, and this other guy, and I mean, and the funny part about it is, if they have, it's not really a knock because, like you said, this is 17th year,
Right.
Yeah,
but to him, and he can still go. I guess in his mind, that's a little bit of motivation to say, okay, let's go see.
I don't think he has nothing to prove for the simple fact that's other people saying that. Like the basketball gods know, like 17 years you've been doing what you do at a very high level. Who can say that? Who can say that they averaged 27 points in their 16th year? Everybody can't say that.
8 and 8. Don't forget
So
that.
do I have to prove something? Yeah, to me, that I still can average that and be dominant. Yeah, I don't have to prove anything to nobody else. And like, what can we say about him as far as what he brings to the table? It's all positive. It's all positive. Like, I don't even thinking now, we watch guys get old from the time they were rookies and coming in now. I don't know if anybody was doing this in 17 years.
A lot of people don't play 17 years.
Right. So, proving, I mean, what am I proving to whomever? The fight is with me.
Yeah.
Right.
How long I'm going to keep doing it? Even if I drop down to 22 points, is that enough for me?
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Or even that's enough for you to keep playing. 22 is 22.
Yeah.
But I don't see. I mean, it's looking like he can play for
Quite some time.
Yeah, for quite some time. Averaging 27 and 17.
Golden State. Is the party over?
It's
over. Are they tanking for Wiseman? We're gonna get into Wiseman discussion a little bit later.
I think they are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they have a choice. Tanking is different. Like the Sixers had a squad where we didn't know nobody from there. I think the Sixers D-League team could beat the Sixers NBA team, so that was what you call tanking. Golden State is just going to lose on this side of town. Like, it's just, you can't compete with what you got over here.
This is more like opportunistic tanking.
Yeah, this is like a forced tank.
It's like what the Spurs did when they got Duncan.
Yeah, Woodcomb got hurt. Yeah,
and the point is, all right, we knew Clay was out,
right?
But Steph was there. So now Steph breaks his hand,
right?
And he's out for a while, but he'll be back. And then 2 days later, oh wait a minute, it's worse than what we thought. He's out all year.
Right. It's a David Robinson.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Right. You right. Mm-hmm. I mean, not that I blame him.
Yeah. I really don't think that Steph would have been able to do much with him. I just don't think just Steph by itself would have been able to do too much.
But you know what? I think
would have,
like you said, like we just said about LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think as that competitor, you want to prove something.
Yeah.
And everybody said what Steph and them couldn't do. They had to go run and get KD. And, okay, well, let's see what we can. Let us show y'all what we can do without him. We still good without him.
Right.
Let us show you.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that he's probably bummed out because I'm sure they wanted to do that.
I think that's what they're going to focus on next year.
So I agree.
I think that's what they're going. I think this year is like they're on a Steph low management in a way. That's what they're on. They're going to rest Steph this whole year, even though he can go. They low managing Steph this year. Even though he can go, they're going to rest him for next year.
The problem is if they go out and get a big time,
they're going to burn him out this year.
Right.
If they play.
If they go get a big time free agent in the offseason or end up with the number one pick and get then the next year is going to be but y'all lost Durant that year, y'all sucked, and then y'all came back and got this guy or that guy and he got y'all over the hump, and so it still won't be just the Steph, Draymond, Clay show like it originally started and like it would have been this year had them guys not gotten injured. So I wish they hadn't gotten injured. I never see anybody get hurt. But I would like to see what they would do in the West.
I don't think that if, you got injuries are, once you get hit with them, you're going to have to find – the pressure becomes on everybody. The pressure becomes on the eighth or ninth man at the bench. He's getting burned all of a sudden. You know nothing about him because he's never been in as a coach.
And he has to score 12
He doesn't even know
nights.
anything about himself because he's never been in. And, all this is different. So, and it's different for the coach. You get to find out what you got, right? You find D'Angelo Russell just had 52.
Yeah.
Like, they were talking about when Curry was here, all we heard during the summer was they got D'Angelo Russell. He's going to get traded. They don't need him. It's looking like he belongs in Golden State now, and he's probably going to be there because we know that Draymond's probably gone, and he probably is making a case for himself that y'all might need me now to be there to uphold, this point thing that we got, because that's what they were about. They were about winning, but they was about putting the ball in the hole too, the way they do it. So he did that, but at the same time, Clay is not playing. Curry was out there by himself. Did he ever play without Clay before?
Maybe like a year or two early on.
But he was also trying to find himself.
True. Yeah.
So all this, you get to find out about everything when you going through this right now, and that's what it comes down to. Tanking, I don't think that even with Curry, they said that we're going to do that just because. If I'm a competitor,
I don't think they could have went out like that with Steph on the court.
No, that's what I'm saying though, because now you can't beat anybody. If you got Curry, you still can't. There's no finals, right? But you're gonna try to tell me if you call me into the office and I'm Curry and you think about tanking, I don't want to hear no parts of that for no draft pick, just because I know that I'm one of the best out here to do it.
Yeah, but the tread that they're going to wear off that boy this year, like the tread that they're going to wear off Curry would be all, getting Durant would have been all for nothing. Like, getting Durant preserved Curry. Now, the tread they're going to burn off of him.
Hey, this
if
is
he
what
plays
you signed.
this
This
year,
is what you signed up for.
They're going to burn 3 years off of him in 1 year.
I'll tell you another thing.
When they pay you $40 million a year,
You signed up.
you
for
signed up
Either
to get the tread
all
burned
time or
off.
not.
They
Either
gonna-
all time or
They
not.
will take 3
How old
years
is
off
Curry?
his career.
How old is Curry?
For one.
How old is Curry?
Probably 20.
I think he in his 30s. He did 4 years of college.
Him
He
and
about 30 maybe right now.
All right.
Yeah, probably low. Like
So
29,
guess what?
30.
So guess what we doing? Guess what we
Him
gonna
and Tyreek
do?
is
Guess
the
what we
same
doing anyway? We gonna start looking at you sideways at 30 anyway.
So, and you figure.
So let's go get it.
Think about this, man. Think about this. And all things in the NBA seem to always go back to LeBron.
Yeah.
But look at their run. What do you have? 8 or 9 finals in a row.
Yeah.
And then you look at Golden State. What they have? 3,
Five.
5 in a row.
5.
And every last one of them are breaking down. Curry, Thompson, Durant. He only had 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got 82 games.
They breaking down.
You got 82 games,
Cousins.
and
he
you
only
going
been
deep
around
into the
once.
playoffs. So are you over 100 games now?
Yeah.
And we, like you said, we go back to LeBron.
Because that guy hasn't broken down
Here's
yet.
he's the freak of the freaks.
Last year was the first year I can remember him missing significant time.
He's the freak of the freaks. You know?
Unbelievable. Let me jump in and talk a little bit about them 10-9-8 76ers. Started off 5-0.
You hear a dog over here with that?
Started off 5-0. Started off 5-0. Then foolishness started. A fight, not really a fight, a snuggle fest.
About a fool.
A hug fest. And Bees, they go West Coast, 4 games, but I wanted to see this team intact. Go out there with 4 games intact on the West and take their temperature. And play some tough games, bond, and let's see if we can get this rotation figured out. But that didn't happen because Embiid missed 2 games, and then Simmons got hurt. Kuzma kind of stepped up, looking like he could shoot. I mean, one of the benefits of it. And Ben got hurt. He hurt his shoulder, so he's out for 3 games. And then last night, they give up an 18, 19-point lead. 21-point lead to Denver. Embiid in the thin air. Some people say...
Hey, the good teams don't do that.
Embiid in thin air didn't look like he was in the best of wind.
Turnover crazy.
Yeah, it's just... and they still making turnovers, which is just insane. Like, they got so many turnovers that they're making, and you don't win with all those turnovers. And then there was some
like the one LSU just got from Alabama.
Yeah. And the thing about it, the thing that's interesting, because everybody, of course, Ben had the 6-point game, and then everybody came. I was like, look, it's not going to change overnight. Ben wasn't going to become a splash brother. Okay, he wasn't going to start shooting a rock. You can still see the instincts to pass, the instincts to back down, the instinct to go to the dunk spot, and in the fourth quarter. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. You win 5, then lose 3 in a row. They play tomorrow night and back home. Should be a tough game because you come off that West Coast road trip against Charlotte, I believe, in down here in Philly. What are your early 8-game takes on the Sixers, Doug? What's going on, man?
So one thing I should say, I'm not totally down. One thing I was encouraged by was out on that Western swing. They were in every game.
Yeah, and they were playing defense.
You know, they let it
Signs of a good team.
Yeah.
You know, they lost at the buzzer. They won one at the buzzer. They, you know, at the horn. You know, at the end of the game. Last night they lost at the end of the game. The Phoenix game they gave it up, and the Utah game they lose by 2. With Ben getting hurt. So, like, that part is encouraging. Hopefully, for me, you know, every year it's kind of been a theme. The first year when Ben Simmons came out, it was like, oh, man, I love these guys. I love watching them. Year 2 was, man, Ben got to shoot the ball. In this year 3, for me, I need Embiid to stop thinking he's a small forward. I don't mind him shooting the 3-pointers. I don't mind him shooting the jump shots. But when he starts to put the ball on the floor and try to cross over and go through the legs, 9 times out of 10 it's a turnover. But every
all the
once
big
in a
guys
while,
want to be guards, man.
We understand that if Jokic comes out to stick you on the wing, Embiid, and it's just y'all playing one-on-one, you can cross him over and spin and do all that stuff and get to the basket. But it's 4 other guys out there, and typically they tend to poke the ball away from you. It's a turnover. And listen, man. You could go on the block. Horford can stay outside. If you get tired, Horford can go down on the block. You can stay outside. But you don't need to be dribbling the basketball 20, 30 feet from the basket. That's my... And every time I see that happen, every time he starts to dance with the ball, I just put my head down like... Because whether he makes the shot or not, if he makes the shot, that means he's going to do it again. He's going to do it again. And at crunch time in the fourth quarter, he's going to try and he's going to turn the ball over. And that's killer, man. He got to be smart, man. He has to be smart and learn to be more efficient. He's not in the best of shape, so you just using energy. When you can just go down on the block, do your couple of moves, turn around, shoot over most guys, or you can stay outside, you know, somebody else going to work. Ben got a small guard, Horford going to work, catch and shoot, you know, set a pick, roll to the basket. But when he starts to dribble the ball, it's nothing really good is coming from that. Well, even if he makes the shot on that possession, he's going to turn it over later.
My homie said Moyo Ortiz said he ain't got no moves. He said he's not the dream.
We know that. We know that. Dream. We know he's not the dream.
He thinks he's the dream, but he's not.
Patrick Ewing than the dream?
I'm not even going to give him that. Pat had that. Pat's jumper was money. Yeah. But Pat did know when to go inside and
Pat wasn't dribbling the rock. He left that to the guards.
Right. But
crazy thing about Pat was he was supposed to be a defender only when he first came out.
Well, you better develop something else.
They develop,
So,
you know.
yeah. But the Sixers, and this is what it was.
It's early. It's
I'm
only
not
8 games.
worrying about Embiid. We've seen what he could do. I'm not worried about Al Horford because we know those two together, come playoff time, you're not going to push them around. They're going to fight all the way through. My question mark is that point guard and this Tobias Harris and Josh Richardson. It's going to come to perimeter play. So ask yourself this, right? Can I count on any three of those guys? Can I count on them? Can I count on them to score 20 a night?
I think out of those three,
Any of them, can we count on them?
Somebody's going to get you 20 that
So
night.
every other night.
Richardson, Harris.
I don't know.
Harris is supposed to be that guy.
I know what I'm saying, but
I
we
don't count
can't
on him
count
doing it every
that,
night.
and that's my point.
But I feel like with the pieces they
Horford
have,
and Embiid,
they can get it.
Horford and Embiid, we gonna count on them to get busy. They're gonna be able. Whether it's getting boards, playing toughness, getting rebounds, we are gonna be able to count on them. Simmons, Richardson, Harris. I don't know if it comes down to the get down.
What can we do?
But
If
see,
they gonna be able to carry or get that bucket, I don't know. And it's
like
early.
Ben.
And it's early.
I like Ben
It's early.
doing what he do and not trying to do. Even though I want him to shoot more, I like him doing what he do and he does it well. I think Harris and Richardson, and then the other thing for me is I like the guys that come in off the bench. Like there's rarely a time we have somebody on the court and say, "This guy is not a bucket." We playing 4 on 5 on offense. That's one thing I like about the Sixers, their makeup this year. You have guys that can score. They can defend and they can score. You know, they might not get you 20, but they going to come in. You might get 7 from Mike Scott. You might get 6 from Thibault. You might get,
So those 3 guys that I named, right? Are you running a play for any of them?
Harris.
You running a play for Harris?
Yeah, what you mean, like the last play of the game?
5 seconds to go.
No. I'm running it for Horford and Embiid.
But I'm saying the plays for Embiid.
Yes.
Here come the double.
Yes. He got to make it.
How you feeling?
I'm not feeling great.
He's not the greatest thing. He's a volume shooter, but
I'm not feeling great. But
So that's what I'm saying. I want to feel great when it's time and that perimeter. I need to know that you that guy that's about to happen.
So,
I don't know if any of them 3. I don't know.
I think we saw a telling thing,
don't
though.
know.
I think we saw a telling thing that Portland game when they designed that play to go to court line.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're developing a bomber.
Right.
They designed that play to go to the best shooter on the court.
And Courtmire has been giving him something, but I just don't understand. I think with Brett Brown, the turnovers that his team creates, and we always
hate
have
that,
in the
man.
talk. At one point, if the turnovers keeps turning, either you're coaching it or you're allowing it.
Right.
It's a Seth Joyner said that on one of the shows. Either you're coaching that or allowing it. You got to protect the ball. You give up 16, 20 turnovers a game, it's going to be very difficult to win. But it's early.
Yeah,
8 games in.
That's the best thing about the season right now.
We'll check back in another 10 games.
You might
15
see
games.
some craziness now. You might, listen, in 50 games, you going to forget about it. Somebody goes on a hot streak, you don't even remember.
If Embiid's got 3 turnovers a game, those should be drop step, bang bang, ref called offensive foul.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, dribbling
that's-
through the legs,
You know where
poke
we
away,
at. You know where we at in this era. You know.
You know how it was, man, with the big man when he grabbed a rebound. Oh, you want to bring it down.
Yeah. I want to jump in to the NCAA. We've been talking about the NCAA and something that a few states, California started it and other states have followed in, saying that collegiate athletes could make money off their likenesses. That's what they have stated. And right here, the NCAA, to let college athletes profit from their likeness. The rule change will allow college athletes to benefit from their name, image, and likeness in a manner consistent with the collegiate model. According to the NCAA, which has about 1,100 member schools encompassing 500,000 athletes. So now they can make money off their likenesses. We saw this coming down the pipe because what the states were ruling, and just the money off your likenesses. There's still billions of dollars being made by the non-profit NCAA organization, but you guys believe this is a start in the right direction?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I believe it is. I mean, I believe that's a basic human American right as a citizen. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to make money off of myself.
But and what I think this is going to do is going to push more. You know, you had your few players. You know, you had your famous guys. You had your Flacco. You had your Cam that left colleges to go to other colleges. You know,
well, so junior college transfer.
Yeah, I think this is going to do more than that because now, if I can go somewhere and become a star, I can get paid.
Yeah,
you know. But what is it going to do now? So I think now more players is not going to want to take the back seat to just play for a certain college. They're going to want to go out and get on the team, and so they can get that car. Because now, this is going to blow it out of proportion. Like, you're going to see star quarterbacks driving a Bentley. Like, this is going to get crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get that much money.
It's going to get crazy.
Well, they got to.
I'm telling you.
You what you have to do, and this is where I don't want to sound
no cap.
like
There's no cap, right? It's no.
No.
You can make
But I
whatever
don't.
you make.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I am. What I am going to do is I'm going to sound like a parent, all right, and just pretend the NCAA is a parent. But instead of you coming to take over, give the kid a voice as a parent. Hear the kid first. And what I mean by that is, don't allow these kids to drive Bentleys on campus. Right. That's what we're not going to do, right? But what you can do is do not get in the way of them, making money.
But you say that, but Emmerich makes $2.9 million a year.
Yes,
running the NCAA.
Yes.
So what is he driving when he goes to the games?
So, but how old is Emmerich though? How old is Emmerich?
Listen,
he's old. He's old. I mean, he's old.
So I'm not. I don't want my son having that much capital and access on campus. I just don't want it. Now, what I would love for you to do as the NCAA is, do not get in his way of accumulating that type of money.
Yeah.
But when he's finished or graduate, once he checks out of that school, whether he graduates or go pro, have a nice check for him when it's time for him to go. Or set him up with, because he doesn't, listen, college kids do not need 50 grand on campus. They just don't, right?
Nope.
But I agree to allow
I haven't been
them
on
to
campus
have
in a while.
something.
Things are getting loud.
listen.
Things are evolving.
But you cannot let college kids have access to $2 million and all. You can't. It's a recipe for disaster.
And when this happens, there's no cap on it.
But I'm saying
now,
it doesn't have to be a cap as far as you making.
Once we know,
but we can't let you go inside the bank.
Listen,
with your 50 football members. And everybody has furs. We can't have
Jamil Holloway. But Jamil Holloway was on the line.
We
on the
can't
sideline.
do it like that.
Jamil Holloway was on the sideline with Gucci crutches. Fur.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember. I remember.
Jamil Holloway came from money though. Like,
listen,
the problem
was when Charles Thompson didn't come from money, was trying to be like Jamil Holloway, and he was
the pinky ring,
and he was moving keys. That's when the problem started.
It's gonna happen once you take that lock off. Is no, now I'm the star quarterback, and all 10 top teams is coming at me. Somebody's gonna pull up in that Bentley and say, I can leave that here right now. It's going. Listen,
I don't want my son driving around 20 years old on a college campus with a Bentley.
Yeah, that's you. But guess what?
You setting them up. That's what you're doing.
When the coach say Bentley can leave, stay here, that Bentley gonna stay here. He gonna go to college, but that Bentley gonna stay right here in my yard.
I don't want him.
I'm gonna have them keys.
Listen, I want you to be a college student athlete, but I want you to know that money you talking about for that Bentley, I want you to know that that's going to be here waiting for you in a trust or something. That's what I want.
It's always been going. It's been going. They brought Marcus Dupree's mother a house.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like when
I don't think
has to be a way.
Honestly,
man.
I don't think it's going to go down like that. I think you're going to have the same thing you had at SMU, where these guys was working at the dealership and they could drive any car they want.
Yeah.
So now you'll have, say Jalen Hurts is the spokesman for, more Ford.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jalen, what we gonna give you? We gonna give you this car.
Yeah. The rent.
This Ford Expedition.
You get to drive the car.
You
Any other radio host gets a door.
You can even have the car. That's going to be your pay for doing these radio spots for my Ford dealer.
Well, the NCAA, it's not
that's
about
what you gonna
them,
get paid for your
but
life.
it is about them
Muy Ortiz
because
said
they're
his
going to have
son-
to get in the way of that.
Your son is his own man, so you might not want that Bentley.
Listen,
But guess
your
what?
son, my son
He
can't be
18.
his own man running up in my crib.
He ain't at your crib no more.
No. Yes, he
They gonna
is.
give him his own crib.
Listen, he thinking about me when he's in school.
Listen, once you
That's
take,
what he thinking about.
This stuff is already happening and it's not allowed.
Yeah. So
Once you take this cap
but
off,
don't take it off.
it's off.
No, it's not.
My likeness is.
Nah.
I can sign an autograph and get paid $2 million. There's no cap on what I can get paid.
You can do that, but as long as you're under the NCAA, that's when they're gonna come in.
Listen,
That's when they're gonna
it's-
come in.
Once you
Get
pull
your
it
money.
off,
Get your money, because now you don't need the NCAA.
you talking about money
Well,
for later.
we'll talk about
I need
Later
that
is 3
now
years.
money.
No.
3
you
years
don't.
I'm in the lead. I got my check.
So you got more.
No.
What you need? Listen, let me
I
ask you
need that
something.
right
As a
now
parent,
money.
as a parent,
You
as
never
a parent,
know.
As a parent, what do you need $2 million for at 21?
I'm as 21. I need $2 million
For what?
And
Because I need
I'm gonna
it.
put it this way.
Nah,
I'm gonna put it
nah.
this way.
Birdman.
No.
You get $2 million, okay? You get $2 million. You get $2 million, right? Next week, ACL total tear against Nebraska.
Hey.
It's all mine.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
It's all
why.
mine. Let's cash in now.
That's why.
Right, but what if the promise, like you're promising the bag be there? What
The
if I
bag
get
is
hurt?
there.
But what if I get hurt?
No,
and
the bag
ain't
is. Then we
there
gotta
now?
cash in.
Nah, ain't no
Ain't no
cash
cash in
in.
once you
Yeah.
hurt.
They got the
Nah.
bag still. You said, give me the bag.
No. What I'm saying is, listen, while you're in the mix, right? Your dough is accumulating.
But that's
Hold
still,
on. Your dough's accumulating.
Right.
I see my money accumulating every week through
Right.
jerseys, through right.
Right.
I blow my knee out week 8. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing no more or whatever. It's time to
You saying take the money and put it in the
Oh
fund.
yeah,
and-
why I'm
and-
gonna give you access
You
to
are
all
saying
that money
take
at
the money,
19 or 20? I'm not
because
doing that.
Now you
So
still,
you can die,
but you still sort of on the NFL. You still sort of on. I'm gonna get my money once the college is over.
once I check out of
No.
that university,
I'm still at crab
I
legs
need my
right
check.
now. I'm still at
you're
crab
not.
legs
You're not,
right
you're not gonna
now.
steal crab legs because I'm giving you $5,000 a semester.
I ain't enough. I need the Bentley.
No.
I need the Bentley.
You don't need no Bentley
You
at
need to come
19.
in.
We're not doing Bentley.
I need that. Well, give me a Rose, man.
My son ain't driving home with no Bentley at
Man,
19.
look,
I
give
got
me
a problem with
Corvette.
that.
I need a Corvette.
Because he needs a babysitter.
Give me a Corvette.
You gonna pay him a babysitter out of that money?
The Bentley $100,000. Give me a $70,000 Corvette.
Nah. We gonna
Drop
ride.
top.
We gonna ride around in whatever the year is, 2019. But it's not gonna be a Ferrari. It's not gonna be none of that. You don't even know how to drive.
I can't ride around.
Nah.
I think, I mean, it ain't gonna be to that level because there's only so much money to go around.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and only
if
too
you
many
talking-
stars gonna move.
Right.
Yeah.
If you talking about who's getting $2 million,
the quarterback.
top 50
Quarterback.
Mike
recruits,
Vick.
the top 50 recruits.
Listen,
You
Mike
know what I'm
Vick.
saying? Is Alabama? The Alabama typically has the top recruiting class. They have maybe 5 of the top 25 guys. You giving all them guys
Give these
$2 million
boys access.
every
This is
single
what,
year?
no. You can accumulate that on
listen.
the campus now.
This is why it's gonna be so great.
Remember, let's take this for an example. Let's talk about guys, right, that could have accumulated that money.
Tebow.
Right? Cam Newton, right? I'm not giving
Johnny.
them that. They all went pro.
I'm gonna put it
Right.
this way. You know, SMU got the Death Pony.
Yes.
Death Pony. Pony Express. Tim Brown is from Dallas. Went to play for Notre Dame and got the Heisman. He said his SMU package was better than his first year deal in the NFL.
Yes.
He said his SMU package
Look up
was better.
This
than
is when
his
it wasn't
first-
allowed. Who has the top recruiting class you just said?
Alabama.
Listen, this is why it's going to be so good. Alabama's not going to have the top recruiting class no more. Because now everybody else is cutting checks. It's not about going. It's not,
Alabama
it's,
got boosters too.
it's not about going to these colleges. No, the money.
We're gonna get in the boosters.
It's not about going to these colleges now because of the historical or they gonna make it to the big bowl. No, now it's about where that bread at.
Well, the thing is,
How Virginia? Remember
Nah.
USC used to have 5-6 running backs.
Right.
No, we all shopping. We all out
Yeah,
there.
but here's the thing: what you can't forget is some of these prestigious universities ain't nothing never stopped there. Notre Dame is Notre Dame.
Let me go talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Penn State, they start changing.
So
up
they
a
just
little
gonna have
bit.
to, but they gonna
They start
you
changing
see
up
them
a
on
little
TV,
bit.
But
they
this
ain't
is-
dropping out.
but this is
the
another
checks
thing,
go up.
too.
You gotta
But
get
they-
cut.
but
You
this
This
gonna
is
have to
another
cut the
thing
checks.
too
You
that
gonna
you
have to
missing.
cut the checks.
Just because you go to another university and you the man at running back if y'all ain't playing in the BC or the college playoffs, Tebow was Tebow because they won two national championships back to back, and he was in the mix for a third.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to win. You got to be relevant. You
Well,
can't you're not just going to get paid because you the star quarterback.
That's the second contract.
At Toledo, and your jersey getting sued.
Right, but here's the thing with that though, right? Now that's the highest level we can go. You can't go any higher.
Well, you are.
Let's talk about the quarterback. Let's talk about the quarterback.
I mean, you're going to get paid, but you ain't going to get
Let's
paid.
talk about the quarterback that's not on that level, but his jerseys and stuff, he plays in front of 80,000, but his jerseys is still popping.
Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to get, he wouldn't have been riding around in a Bentley with his jersey
but
sales as a starting quarterback.
He could have got $1 million.
Possibly.
Right?
But he's
You see
down
what I'm
in
saying?
Texas. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
So now that plays a part.
But that's what I'm saying. But he's not gonna go. He's not gonna go to it. He's gonna go to a team now. You might go to a college that ain't even on television like that.
He did that.
Because they gonna give you that bucket.
He
They
did
gonna
that.
give you that bag.
Nah, here, see, listen. The part that we skipping out on it with this likenesses and stuff, you don't have to be on TV to make money.
The video game.
My jerseys,
Right.
is 60,000 in the stands.
It's me.
20,000 of them got my stuff on at $20 a pop.
But that's the thing, though.
Boy,
just
Deuce
because,
Wells from Clemson,
just
he
because
would've got
you,
a bag.
just because you the starting quarterback, don't mean that 20,000 people like you.
Yeah.
And they buying your jersey. You got to be the man.
You got
Tim
to-
Tebow,
you gotta
Johnny
get those
Manziel,
jerseys sold. You
Baker
gotta get those
Mayfield,
jerseys sold.
Them guys was the man. Patrick Mahomes, we barely heard of him in college. I bet you if you go look at a Patrick Mahomes game on tape, you're not gonna see a ton of Patrick Mahomes jerseys up in them stands.
Listen, I know this. If you a star, which he was,
True,
he wasn't
at
Tebow.
college,
If
I
you
agree.
go down to one of them games,
If you go to the actual,
you'll look at that totally
but this
different.
is the thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that he won't get paid and make money.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is he not gonna make the money like
No,
Tim Tebow,
of course not.
Manziel,
Of course not.
and them household name guys
nah.
is make.
Because now you go into the local malls in them area and you getting 50 grand.
Because now Tim Tebow, shit, he might get a national Ford commercial.
Right.
Where they gonna pay you $200,000
Right.
versus getting the
It's about to be
$15,000 local commercial.
Local commercial.
You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? He getting the keys to the Ford Explorer commercial.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the. So it's not like just because
it's gonna be the scale, just like the league. You know,
So-
you pay this quarterback
so-
this much, you pay that quarterback
So now,
this much.
so now
Top
this is
tier,
the thing.
low tier.
So if you're a top recruit, we all top recruits coming out of high school. We want number 1, 2, and 3 coming out of high school.
Right.
And you say I'm going to Alabama. I'm not gonna say, man, I'm going to Texas Tech because I want to be able to play so I can sell my jersey early. Because you at Alabama can start for 1 year, be the starting quarterback, and you going by far past what I do in 2 or 3 years at Texas
without
Tech.
a doubt.
That's the point
Without
I'm
a
trying to
doubt.
make.
Yeah.
So to say that these guys not gonna go to these other schools,
Right.
no, they gonna go to these big schools
Right.
because
Yeah.
that's where the
'Cause
big
they already
money is
there.
at.
'Cause they already there.
They not just on ESPN
Right.
at noon.
Yeah.
They on Monday night. In bowl season, they
Right.
on 8 p.m. prime time.
Yeah.
They the game.
It's
of the
money
week.
to be made
Right.
down
You know
there.
what I'm
It's
saying?
money to be
But
made.
what
down
I'm
there.
saying is, you're not gonna go to Alabama. You're not gonna go and play behind him. And you only got
Oh,
one,
nah,
you only
nah.
gonna have 1 year.
You're not gonna be. I'm
You
not gonna be
go to
5-star
Texas
and you
Tech.
be
If
5-star.
it's
We
Texas
both
Tech
going
and
to the.
Alabama,
It's not gonna.
depending on-
But people
on-
transfer now in the portal anyway.
If it's them
Depending
two
on your
teams,
situation.
if it's only them two teams,
Depending on your
you
situation.
want to go to Texas Tech and not back him up.
Depending on your situation, though.
Right.
If you or your family not hurting for no money,
Right.
I might go sit
Listen,
at Alabama
No,
because I know.
do-
now you're not selling nothing.
But it don't
No,
matter. But I know if I get to Alabama,
You-
it's a
you-
good chance I'm going to the league.
Exactly. Listen, me and you
You can go
both
to the league
recruited
for Texas Tech,
We
too,
both.
though.
Nah. We not talking about the
can't-
league.
You can't go
We
to
not. We
you
not
can't.
talking about the league. We talking about the money that we getting in college. That's what we talking about. So
Right.
guess what? We both 5-star athletes with quarterbacks, right?
We talking 5 stars.
We talking. Okay, all right. Now we both go there because we know about the bag.
Right.
We both see that. Damn, you know what? In these 2 or 3 years, we can make $5 million. Y'all both looking at that on the same playing field. Okay, you beat me out.
Right.
Right? I'm cool because I see your check. Right? I'm like, all right, then shit.
I know he going to the
I
league
know
next
he
year.
about to leave next year.
My 1 year as the starting quarterback for the number 1 team in the
That's what's
country.
gonna happen.
Versus
Because
me.
you see the currency. You see it.
You moving. Same thing
see
Cam
it.
did.
I want to
Cam
jump in.
moved.
I want to jump
Cam
in.
didn't stay behind Florida with
wanna-
Tebow. He
yeah,
got up out of there.
There wasn't
I wanna-
no money involved.
I want to jump into.
Faster with the money involved.
I want to jump into Chase Young, best player in college football.
Yeah.
yeah,
defensive
yes,
end.
he is.
for Ohio State suspended. They're talking 4 to 2 games. Possible suspension for him. If you look here, it all surrounds a family member before he was in college gave him a loan, which he paid all the way back for money. And I'm having confirmed that this guy, a friend of the family's, is a certified NFL agent. I haven't certified that, but that's what some talk was reported.
So now, actually, it was for what I saw. He said he paid for his girlfriend to go to the Rose Bowl last year.
Oh, okay.
He took the loan so she could go to the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
And he paid it back before this year started.
Oh, okay. So I mean, but the NCAA wants to suspend him for 4 games coming up for Ohio State. Chase Young is clearly a defensive player that could win the Heisman and definitely a top 5 NFL
Not
pick.
now.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Shit, not now.
No, not now. So what do you guys take on this? He paid the money back. He took a loan, and
it all happened while the season was over, almost pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, he took the loan while the season was in, but
He took the loan before the Rose Bowl, right before the Rose Bowl, so his girl could get to the game. I feel like if somehow, some way he can prove I paid the loan back, you got a check, a receipt, or something to say here.
He got
Duke, here you go.
How does this even get out? How does this stuff get out?
The agent probably leaked it because he probably went with another agent.
Yeah.
So that agent probably leaked it. Oh, you not going with me?
It's a dirty game.
Because why would the person?
Why would it get out?
Why would that person give you?
Or
money?
a Penn State fan,
or
somebody
that
else.
too.
Why would someone give you money? That you don't have ties to. If he was just Chase Young, 20-year-old dude working at Walmart in Ohio, and he went to that same dude and asked for a loan so I can go to the Rose Bowl to watch Ohio State play.
Or he
me
was
and my
5th
girl.
string senior.
Yeah, no, he's not getting that. So he only gave him that loan because he know, and I got a chance to sign this dude, and he gonna get money. He gonna be a top 5 pick, maybe the number 1 pick.
Let's get down to all the way down
That's
to the
probably-
get
And
down.
a lot of things have happened at Ohio State.
Yeah, let's get down to the get down.
Come on,
as
Ohio
far as
State.
Chase Young, right? If we think that, I'm not saying that he did not pay for his girl or take a loan for his girl to do that. I'm not saying that he didn't do that. But if you think that there's no more cheese involved, then we are crazy.
Oh,
right?
no, we not crazy.
This was something that was happening on consecutive basis
Right.
where, for an example, whoever the person was that leaked it, because somebody told something, just say they said, okay, we did give him $1,500 for his girl. Okay. But we also know that you met with him 8 times before that. Do you think that there was any more money given out in those 8 times? I think so. So how about we don't bring that up because we know it was, and you take this 4-gamer and we don't say nothing about it and bury it and it's done.
Let's talk about this.
Because guess what? If it wants to go on, then guess who's going to get in trouble?
The school.
So how about we just hurry up and take this, Chase? We're going to give you a hug. You our man.
Yeah.
We got a deep alumni here. Let's bury this. Let's get it over with. And we good. And Ohio State still might
I
win a
actually
national
believe
championship.
it wasn't a loan, but I think when it started to come out, you need to pay that money back. We ain't going to say it was a loan, and that's going to be our defense.
If I'm rich, what's $1,500 for me to give you? Exactly.
Nothing at all.
So
let's rewind it. Y'all said this man is number 1 top 5 pick, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Still going to be.
He would have had that money. He would have had that Bentley, and he would have had that money.
He definitely would have had
to send his girl to the Rose Bowl.
He definitely would have had enough
Let's
money
cut
to send
that
his chick to
back,
the
man.
Rose Bowl.
He would have had that Bentley.
Guess how many agents
and he would have had that money.
gave him money during this whole thing. You see what I'm saying? So we not even going.
He would have.
Bury it.
I'm gonna
That's
get
all-
that money, Jake.
This is the quick bury, John. That's what it is.
He would have training
We're
day
not even
that day.
digging. We're not even digging.
If he takes the 4, and Ohio State take the 4, and they don't fight it, then we know that's
Come on, we
because
know.
we know that it stands to be more to come out.
Yeah, and they probably gonna try talking now.
We gotta bury this thing real
Kurt
quick.
Herbstreit said it'll be they will contest it and it'll probably drop down to 2 games.
And I wouldn't be surprised if if they lose, he just bow out like Bosa did last year.
Oh yeah, because at
Roll
this
out.
If
point,
they lose a game and get knocked out the playoff.
yeah, at this point, what
What
listen,
more he has to prove anyway?
They said number 1 or number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Why am I playing football anymore?
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
Let's jump into Wiseman.
Yeah. Shout out to Tonisha Moore. She just tuned in. Beautiful wife.
Beautiful. Hey, wife.
What's up, Nish?
Always got to shout out the wife. So you look at Wiseman, who was declared ineligible by the NCAA. He was declared ineligible by the NCAA. There was a junction put in place, and that temporary stay. So he played Friday night. So definitely, that probably was held in a Memphis court. I'm going to assume. The issue with Wiseman, who people believe that the Golden State are tanking for, he's many people believe is a multi-athletic 7-footer that the Warriors will draft.
A lot of potential.
The issue comes with Memphis coach Penny Hardaway. We all remember Penny. Memphis State, when they were still Memphis State, he was down there. So they believe at the time Penny Hardaway was a booster for Memphis and paid for Wiseman and family to move to Memphis, total sum of $11,500. That's what the NCAA is disputing.
Even though Penny was, I believe, his AAU coach or his high school coach.
Yeah. And he said, and we hear these stories all the time that, these coaches take in these kids that are downtrodden and give them opportunity, and the opportunity right to the city of Memphis. So that's the situation that we're dealing with Wiseman with the NCAA. There's been an injunction. They tried to declare him ineligible indefinitely moving forward. He's only going to be one and done anyway.
Right.
He's not going to play 2 years at Memphis.
Nah.
But Memphis had a tremendous class, grabbing people together. What do you guys take on this?
If I'm Memphis, and I believe that Penny Hardaway is up and up with, because it could have happened that way.
Yeah.
A kid help, come on down to Memphis. Y'all moving to Memphis. I'm gonna help you out. I'm not the coach of Memphis.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was getting that job.
Yeah.
Now that I get the job, and the kid that I helped move, who do you think his mother's gonna send him to? You know what I'm saying? Right. So if I'm Memphis, fuck it, we gonna play. We just forfeit all these games after the season, or we'll make them take these games away from us.
Still got paid.
After everybody beat us, we stay. After we beat whoever we beat, if we, however good we are, we'll let them vacate our wins after the fact.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. I think
until the court says otherwise.
Right. Yeah. What happens a lot, in our communities is, okay, I made it, right? I got money. Everybody knows I'm the coach, and I played in the NBA, and I have X amount of dollars, and I see that it's some type of struggle, right? I'm going to probably try to reach out to help you, especially if you're a good kid, right? If you're a good kid with a level, and I see what's happening there, and you are looking into possibly playing ball at Memphis, and that's where you want to go, what's $10,000 for me for y'all to get down to where y'all got to go for you to have a better life?
And it's almost like they make you want to do things backhandedly. Like Penny have to say, hey, Shaq, look, man, I got this kid. He moved to Memphis. I went to Memphis. So if I get a kid money, if I ever become Memphis coach, they going to look at me like, you know what I mean? So I'll give you the money back if if it's too much for you. You know what I mean? It's almost like you got to do the backhanded type of things when all you're doing is something that's the right thing.
We can go back, right? And this is way before the era of when they started putting people under investigation. I can count numerous times where there were some sneaks given, there was money, there was places to eat.
Envelopes.
I'm in 8th grade, 9th, so you mean to tell me you can't do that?
Right.
Like, really? And then later, you become this All-American in junior and senior year in high school. You want to crucify this guy who paid for my meal?
Which is what happened with the Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, all those Michigan guys type of things.
It's crazy, man. You can't let $100, like, that's not money. That's not life-changing money. You know what I'm saying? That's not $1 million. Like, so what? You gave somebody $150 and gave them a pair of sneakers.
Especially when the NCAA, you making money hand over fist. And he's not getting up, giving these guys any.
Rick Majerus said before, right? And this was, he got in trouble. You know, Rick Majerus,
rest
Utah.
in peace.
Yes, R.I.P. Utah coach guys, Andre Miller, Keith Van Horn.
Yeah.
So he got in trouble for ordering the guys pizza at the hotel room. His teammates. Y'all guys are hungry. It's late. Let me order a couple pizzas.
Yeah.
He got in trouble for ordering his players pizza. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if my son calls me and he's in a hotel and I know the coach is there and my son is like, man, I'm hungry. We can't leave and we don't have money to grab something to eat and stuff. And the coach buys him something to eat. I'm trying to find out who got the coach in trouble for pizza.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Definitely.
You know, so it's crazy, man.
Whenever I look at these stories, I just say, man, I'm glad I wasn't big in the game, because I would have been.
Because you wouldn't been in the game.
I would have been never made it. I would have been the one on 60 Minutes or going on. Yeah, he was this and that, but he couldn't stay out. He was taking money from here. Man, listen.
Man,
I think it's a lot of people have, like, I've always said this, and that's one thing that I said, like, you look at these coaches and get good kids that come from tough situations, that come to your program, and they're a quality program, and they're quality individuals, and they're not going to the next level. They're glue guys.
Right.
They're, 11 rebounds, 19 points or something along those lines, but they're the glue that your mid-major made it to the Sweet 16 twice. Now a big SEC conference or Big Ten conference, while you done this magic work at Idaho, now they looking at you to coach in the Big Ten for millions of dollars. Your family's taken care of for the rest of their life. And this kid that helped you get there, you got him some education. Why would you be upset if a booster made sure that kid had a real good meal tonight? You know what I mean?
A meal, man.
Like
meal.
This guy,
not a diamond watch.
Yeah,
a meal.
Like a real good meal. Like, why, stuff like that along those lines. Because you've changed my life forever. Like, you've changed my family's financial situation generationally. You give me opportunity for generational wealth, and just on your sweat and hustle and belief in me. So it's kind of contradictory in this land of milk and honey, in this land of free to enterprise, whatever. This whole, like we call it, shamateurism that we go through here with the NCA. But it'll be different. Quick here before we get out of here. Boxing, last week. It came on so late. I had to watch the replay. They didn't get in the ring at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You didn't make it to bed.
They didn't get in the ring at 1 o'clock in the morning.
They didn't get in the ring at 1 o'clock.
And so I saw the third round and woke up for the 11th round knockout.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, he pressured him. A lot of people were saying Canelo's the best pound for pound. I don't know. Kovalev was like, Andre Ward already done it. Kovalev was slow. He wasn't impressing me, but hey, he took the challenge and he got it done, and that's what we can say. So, that's where we are with that. I don't know what the next fight is. I don't know if there's any money out there in the light heavyweight. Dezan already gave him his bag, so so I don't know who he's going to fight in the light heavyweight division. So it's interesting. What do you think of the fight, Jonathan?
It was good. Kovalev still showed that Kovalev came with a game plan. He was executing it, but if we seen Andre Ward beat Kovalev body up, so you had to know that Canelo was going to do it, being a body puncher.
Yeah.
And he walked him down. He walked him down like he was the bigger fighter in the ring. He pressured him, and he got the knockout. But that's just what he did to him. He pressured him all night. It was a good fight. It could have been a little bit better. Kovalev could have let his hands go a little bit more. It was like, normally when a fighter moves up, you want to show that fighter that you're the bigger fighter. Yeah. It was like from bell opening, he was backing up the whole fight. And that was weird. Like you supposed to, especially you got to reach. You supposed to throw that overhand right and back him up from the beginning. That jab right, bam, and he supposed to feel it. Even if he block it, he's still supposed to feel that he in the ring with a real light heavyweight now. You know what I mean? But that wasn't there.
Cool. Well, fellas, another good session. We talked for a little bit today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We be
just a little bit.
Technicality slowed us up.
But we got
Can't stop
it together.
Can't stop.
Technology. We work it out. got some things cooking in the things, some on location things. We'll be bringing that out coming soon. But definitely tune in. Sports Talk Live for the culture. And we're out. Now hold on, before I go,
culture.
I gotta give props to those Academy Park Knights going in the semifinals.
Tough on baseball score.
Yeah, 8-6.
But we'll take it.
I don't care how we do it. We do it.
Nah, doing it is doing
like
it.
I said, you call it, we haul it. You move it, we groove it.
There it is.
You bruise it, we'll soothe it.
There it
ain't
is.
no things about. That's how we do. We do this state playoff thing. I guess they forgot.
And a revenge win.
There wasn't no revenge for us. They were talking revenge. We were just talking about what we do in the postseason. That's all we do.
Well, they got y'all last year. They got y'all last year.
They got us last year, and we got them back to back this year. So don't. We ain't worried about it. But props out to the Penwood people. They got a good coaching staff over there. But this is about Night Nation. So we out. Peace. Talk to y'all.
Thanks for the shout out rap on the night on Sports Talk.
Yeah. Shout out. Big shout out.
They shout us out on that live.